Australian underground tunnelling expert Professor Arnold Dix has become a household name in India. This after 41 workers trapped inside Uttarkashi's Tunnel came out unscathed on Tuesday, following 17 days of rigorous and persistent rescue efforts. From the get-go, Dix assured that the families of the trapped workers that their loved ones would reach home safely before Christmas. He also made continuous efforts to ensure that he fulfilled his promise to the families of the trapped workers. Well, his actions have made him a hero among Indians across the country. And he is being called the only Australian to give Indians some sort of good news. Indians have been particularly disappointed since Australia defeated the Men in Blue in the World Cup 2023 finals earlier this month. And joining us on this broadcast is the man himself. A very warm welcome to you, Arnold.
I should be saying, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, India. I bought you a present, as I promised. Your men, our children are home safe. I'm very happy.
Absolutely, Mr. Arnold. Now, you've been hailed not just in India, but across the world for your efforts in rescuing the workers, even though you've played it down. Talk to us as to how did you achieve it?
Well, I think it's a testament actually to India and the country that you are, and that it wasn't me, it was the group together. I mean, my goodness, if you were looking at this from the outside, you remember bravely on national television, I said, 41 men are coming home safe. No one else is going to be injured. And I promise you before Christmas. And of course, everyone was going crazy, like, how can he say that? But, you know, I just felt it. And I had a real confidence because the way the Indian, like, let me tell you, the federal government was there working with the state government, which was there, which was working with the emergency services at all levels. The army was there. The Air Force was there. The coal industry, Indian coal was there. The Geological Survey was there. I was there. And it seemed to me that if the mountain had spared 41 men, because, you know, there'd been this avalanche and they were trapped, but they're all alive, we've got everything, like, it's up to us. And there was such enormous expertise, and the feeling there was so positive that we are going to get these men home. And I just knew it. I knew we could. Secretly, now I can tell you it's our secret, okay? So, no, this is the secret part. I didn't know how, right? Didn't know how. But I knew we could because our hearts were all united, and the best people of the world are there, which was the Indian experts on the Himalayas, like they're there, and, you know, and the fact that they welcomed me with open arms. And to give you a tangible example, when we were having a meeting, we'd do it, well, it was asked that it be done in English. I mean, I'm here in India. I expected it to be done in Hindi and that I would have to catch up. But out of respect for me and other English-speaking people, it was done in Hindi and, in English. And it just shows you, to me anyway, it shows you what great things, good people, good countries with a strong heart, what we can do. And we did a miracle, a modern-day miracle. And Absolutely. At a time when the world... Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit excited. I went up the mountain yesterday with my dear friends from emergency SDRF from, gosh, I can't say it, my mind is spinning, but the local emergency, Uttarkhand's emergency police. We had the best day. We were singing and dancing and just so... Yeah, anyway, I'll be shush. You asked me a question.
No, absolutely.
Sorry, I'm still too excited.
Absolutely. I was just coming to that point there, that you climbed the mountain there, about how you connect or converse with the nature. What is your connect with the mountains?
Well, we're putting a tunnel through the mountain, and the mountain, it's a mountain. So despite, like, you know, I'm a scientist and an engineer and all that sort of stuff. But in the end, the mountains are so huge and so powerful that we have to have harmony with them, and we have to have harmony with nature. And so in the end, the solution that we found was a harmony for getting these 41 children out. And I call them children because they're all children of someone, and, you know, they've done nothing wrong. They're just nice people, hardworking young men. And yeah, we had to be in harmony, and harmony is acknowledging our place in the universe, and harmony is doing our hard work and working together. But it's also acknowledging, you know, we're not the masters of everything. We need cooperation in the world we operate. So yesterday there was a helicopter waiting for me to take me to Delhi, and I ran away with my friends, and we just ran up the mountain and had a great day. And I think I might have upset a few people because no one could find me, but it was the right thing to do. And I'd done a deal, and the deal was pretty clear. The people had come home, so I was going to say thank you. So
Yes,
I went to say thank you with my friend. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, I'm rambling. Okay, you go.
Absolutely not. Apart from the harmony here, let's also talk about the operation. You had earlier mentioned that you were not surprised that the rat hole miners played a crucial role in the rescue. Were you always certain that in this effort of man and machine, we saw the auger machine first being deployed and then the rat hole miners, were you certain that it would be the human element which would finally get the job done?
Yeah, I was, because our mission was human. I mean, this wasn't a case where we were rescuing bodies of people who were dead. This was a case where we had 41 little souls in there, and we needed to connect with them and get them home. So there, in my mind from the beginning, there was always a need for a softness and a calmness to bring them home, because in a way they were waiting for judgment, you know, like which way were they going to go? Was this going to be a tomb, or are they allowed back to be with us? And so I felt in my heart that they were coming back to be with us. That's why I was so strong. I didn't know how, and we as a team, we worked so hard, but in my heart, I knew that we could get them back. And, you know, I've had such a great time. I'm so happy. I'm like, if you're about to ask me how do I feel, I'd tell you there's a new word, and I haven't made it up yet for how I feel. But it's a mixture of sort of contentment. I feel content. It's like it's not really just happy. It's not just excited. It's not pleased. It's contentment. I'm completely relaxed and contented today. I feel like I've been part of something wonderful, and I'm so proud of the government, the agencies,
Yes, Mr. Dix.
the thousands of people. Yeah, just so proud of everybody.
Yes, Mr. Dix, I also want to seek your inputs on the role of the rat miners and how they helped in rescuing the trapped workers from the tunnel.
Well, they did it. That's how they helped, because there is no machine that can go down a pipe and gently excavate rocks millimetre by millimetre. There isn't a machine to do that. There's no robot to do that. You needed the sensitivity of a person, and they are the true heroes, them and the welders who went through and cut the auger out. They are the men I take my hat off to, because it takes such focus of mind to go down a pipe under hundreds of thousands of tonnes of avalanche material, and to calmly and carefully, it's like they're surgeons. Without them, this wouldn't happen. They are the heroes. Absolutely. Those guys, I take my hat off to them.
And what were some of the challenges that you faced? We spoke about how the rat hole mining took place. What were some of the major challenges that you faced? Because we saw how the process was divided into two parts. So what were the major challenges?
The major challenge, the most major challenge, was being calm and caring, and making sure that every decision we made didn't expose as you call them, the rat miners, those young men, to harm themselves. So making sure they had air, making sure everything was stable. We turned off other activities that we were doing to protect them as well. It's it's keeping that focus and calmness in the face of adversity. I mean, the fact is, and it'll become clearer with time just how precarious it was, we were facing the prospect of a catastrophic second or third event. And we had the data, I had the data, the team had the data showing how the mountain was moving. We had data coming in from overseas, from satellites, showing us what was happening above.
Yes.
We had data coming in from drones, that are were taking stuff in the. Hang on, just so.
Green tea.
Yes, please. Namaste. Yeah.
Yes, Mr.
Sorry,
Dix,
it's my tea
absolutely.
happening.
Yeah.
So basically we were constantly managing the risk of a catastrophic failure that not only could have ended the lives of the people trapped, but our own lives as well. Right? That wasn't a safe place in there. That was a red zone. Where we were working was extremely dangerous. And that was what we were managing. So in order to get 41, that's why I had the two parts. It wasn't just about the trapped people.
Yes.
It was about the rescuers. For me, it had to be 41 people out safe and no one hurt. The two things. And we did. We did it.
Yes, Mr. Dix. Now, you listed the challenges that you faced there in Uttarkashi Tunnel. Were the authorities unable to anticipate the challenges that could have emerged inside the tunnel? Should the workers have been equipped with some basics for an incident like this, which can never be ruled out?
That's a really good question, and I haven't been here long enough to understand how common this is, this sort of an event. But every big country, like you're a nation, okay? Your nation is now emerging as a superpower in the world. So I think what we're seeing at the moment is India as a country now in the position where you do things Indian style. And I think what you'll see is the lessons learned from this event will allow the country to embrace, we are an emerging superpower. This is how we do things in our part of the world. Yes, we're interested in what happens overseas, but this is how we're going to do things here now. This is how we do things. And in the Himalayas, it may well be that you choose to do things a little differently to other countries, and that be lessons learned. And this is normal. So the history of engineering is usually there's a big disaster and then we learn the lessons. By the grace of God, you've avoided a big disaster. What you've had is a big rescue. How do you get that? I don't know. So as a nation, you have the world's most spectacular non-disaster, and I'm expecting to see lessons learned and a special Indian way of working more safely up in the Himalayas.
Absolutely, Mr. Dix. Stay with us for a moment, because last week when you joined us on the 24th with the rescue mission underway, you sent a passionate message across to everyone praying for the safety of the trapped workers. Let's just take a look at it.
When these young hard-working men come home, whenever it is, this will be a disaster rescue like no other. It will be a celebration of good. It will be a celebration of how we, as a world, have shown each other, all the good people, the engineers, not the people who cause trouble, not the ones that make us hate one another and stuff. This will be a celebration of how we can do really good things together. I think it's like an epic. It's like, for me, it's like a story from ancient times unfolding right now, live, in the Himalayas, about the goodness of human beings and what we can do together. And what a contrast to our other news stories at the moment.
Mr. Dix, this heartfelt message of yours resonated across the country and won many new fans. Now that the men are safely back home, what are your final thoughts and feelings that you carry from this Mission Possible and your experience with it?
Yeah, well, I was just listening to myself thinking, I don't think I could say it any better now. That is it. That is the essence of what I felt in my heart, what I believed at the time. And I've got to say, I received a lot of calls from my colleagues around the world asking me whether I'd taken some sort of crazy pill or something. Like, why was I so confident, and why would I talk like this? And I told them it's because I believed it was true. It's because I am so incredibly disappointed with where the world is at the moment. I can't believe that all us good people, and I'm talking to everyone who's listening to your show, we are good people. We don't kill people on purpose. We don't behave like animals. That's not how we are. We're good. And I think this horrible, evil, nasty behaviour that we see around the world, it's enough. And what we've shown here, or what India has shown the world, is this is what you can do when you've got a country that values human life. This is what you do in a country that welcomes me. I mean, look, I'm pink. I speak English. I can't do Hindi. I go to the temple, but you've got no clue who I'm praying to or what I'm even saying. Like, what on earth am I? But you welcome me. And we all talk together. And the people from all the different parts of India were there, and we were all talking together, and the army was there, and the federal government was there, and the state government was there. And we were all there, and we made a miracle happen. Together we did it. And I've got to say, as a father, as a parent myself, if someone hurts my child, I'm going to be upset, and I'm probably going to want to hurt them, okay? I'm not a saint. I'm not someone who's saying that I can show restraint. If someone hurts something I love, I am going to want, I'm going to kick out.
Yes.
So why do it? Why do we hurt? Like, I hear the news when I was waiting then, and I hear different groups of people claiming that one atrocity on the other is somehow worse than the atrocity that they've committed on them. What on earth is that? Like,
Yes, Mr. Dix.
what have we, where have we got to as a civilization? So my view is, as a civilization, we, the people of the world, the good people of the world, have to say, that's enough.
Absolutely,
It's enough
Mr.
now.
Dix.
Let's just... Yeah, so anyway, I'm just saying what I said before, but I'm a little more relaxed and maybe just feeling very contented at the moment, and absolutely sure that everyone who's listening are good people, and we as good people want an end to all this horrible, horrible stuff.
Absolutely, Mr. Dix. You did promise the family of the workers that they will be back before Christmas, and that has happened. Thanks very much for joining us here on WION and sharing your insights and your experiences with us.